Does anyone else ever get the random urge to get your life together in the middle of the night? Yeah, it usually wears off by the morning. When a woman is attracted to a man, she speaks in a higher pitch than normal. That explains why every girl I talk to sounds like Batman. FaceTiming my oven so I can see when my garlic bread is done. I ordered pineapple pizza from an authentic Italian restaurant, and this is what I got. Screw you. No one has been more deprived of getting that nut than this guy. He would destroy the world to get it. I finally got a couch for the new apartment. My friends were pretty excited. Giant amethyst geode from Uruguay. No, that's a magic rock that has outer space in it. My mum ordered nothing for dessert, so they gave her a plate of nothing written in chocolate syrup. You can't expect me to believe there is a race of creatures living in well-ordered homes who spend all day making candy while their evil counterpart hides out in menacing fortresses that augur only destruction. I could be the person writing one-time verification codes. 873726 290-971 041452 667 656 comes naturally to me. They look so good. It's 2 a.m. and I have finally finished the shawl that I have been working on to wear to Easter breakfast, which is 10 a.m. That's cool. I just thought this was a table wearing underwear, proof that people will argue over anything. Here's a cup of water. Cheating on my husband made me a better mother. I feel inferior to my son's friend's parents because they're rich and married and I'm poor and divorced. I guess it didn't make you a better mother or a better person. Redditor asks the forbidden question. If there's toxic masculinity, then what's toxic femininity? He got the perfect answer. Sorry, this post has been removed. Come on, guys. Burger King is offering a 1-cent Whopper through their mobile app if you unlock the coupon while at McDonald's. Why does the Burger King app have quests? Why do they want me going near McDonald's? I just saw a guy at Walmart and he looked like Morgan Freeman. And he caught me looking at him and he pointed at me and said, "I'm not Morgan Freeman." That is something Morgan would say. Morgan Freeman. I work at a summer baseball camp where there is a free dress day. One kid definitely took advantage of it. Remember how in school they had kids separated? Honors classes, regular classes, and slow class. See, the problem with Twitter is that they've got us all here together and we're not supposed to be. The way all of us go round and round. The way this entire Coke can fits in this exact Coke glass. It's 1 a.m. and I had a solid minute where I stared at this and thought someone had peeled the Coke. Poor little guy looks like he's saying, "You want me to leave? Okay. You sure you want me to go? Because I can stay if you want." I was waiting on the pizza delivery guy to call me to say my pizza is here, and when my phone rang, I accidentally answered with "Pizza?" instead of "Hello," and he replied, "Yeah, this is pizza." This is what my family does for fun. They put firecrackers inside bouncy balls and they throw them. They bounce in unpredictable directions and explode in unpredicted places. Brilliant. When you realize they're starting to secretly gang up on you in a friendly game of Uno. Friendly. Heavy on the quotations. Someone spilled their Dunkin' Donuts coffee in the school lobby, so this kid got out his Dunkin' Donuts uniform and started directing traffic around it, saying things like, "Ma'am, watch out, this is a Dunkin' Donuts matter." When the air gets crispier, the days get shorter, and bugs go back to hell where they belong. I looked out my window to see a snow-nado in the mountains. Samurai hairstyle in animes. Real samurais back then. Why don't Uber drivers book themselves? Then they get paid to go anywhere. Infinite money glitch. I used to date a guy who was 6'4", and I'm 5'2", and one time we were arguing, and he took a picture of me from his eye level to show me what I looked like from his perspective, and honestly, that was so disrespectful. An old white dude in Taco Bell just saw me wearing my Walmart vest and gave me a speech about how I need to quit retail and get a real job so I could one day get a car like that, and pointed at my own damn car. For everyone that asks, I just said, "You're right," and then got in my car and drove away. I think my neighbor just got the largest item you can have shipped from Amazon. Detroit driver arrested after successfully jumping over drawbridge. If you look closely, you can even see the pain in his eyes. Man who robbed a bank to escape his wife is sentenced to house arrest. My favorite hobby is tagging complete strangers in relatable content. Me at the beginning of the school year versus me at this point in the semester. This is so us. I don't even know you. A divorced couple dividing up their Beanie Baby collection in court. 1990s. Looks like the guy's getting everything. My neighbor has a mini donkey that will chase you up the driveway until you scratch his head. I taught my grandpa the word selfie today. He showed me this picture of himself from 1947. I went to this bar that used fake IDs that they took to make their tables. An airplane Karen accused me of cheating on my wife because she saw me texting "I love you" to our daughter. Sounds like she's got to mind her own business. I've got a cool idea. We'll tell a story. Everyone adds one word. I begin. The end. Sometimes, when people don't buy tickets at the theater, my boss lets me play GTA 5 on the big screen. You ever spell a word so wrong, even autocorrect is like, "Nah bro, you're on your own." So my coworker received some flowers this morning from a random person. She told her man about it, and her man acted quick. Toss them weak flowers. I want my rats to grow up with positive role models. We watched Ratatouille together. Gravy was really into it. One time in 7th grade, I was having unbearable intestinal pain. Like, I could not move at all. It hurt so bad. So when I went to the nurse and she sent me home, and the second I got home, I farted for legitimately 45 seconds and all of my pain disappeared. A deeply touching story. We ran out of toilet paper and asked our downstairs neighbor if we could borrow some. This is how it arrived. The Korean taco place we got our takeout from gave us a roll of toilet paper with our meal. This girl blocked me because I told her she's Michael Jackson reincarnated. Buffins, winner of the title of Cat with the most appealing expression in 1958. Up until 2013, Pizza Hut was the largest buyer of kale in the US. They used it to decorate their salad. I'm so desensitized to messed up stuff that a pumpkin with a scary face carved in it was just normal to me. My dad wanted to celebrate 420 and came over with a luggage cart full of wings. The first person to eat a banana. This is not good. First person to peel a banana. Dude, guess what? I hate driving behind school buses because I know the cool kids in the back are making fun of me. You know that feeling of anxiety when you're about to walk past the security sensors on your way out of a store and you think, oh my, did I shove a TV up my butt? I can't remember. I knew my girlfriend was going to dump me, so I set up a profile called Add Profile on her Netflix account, and 3 years later, I'm still watching. Where do TV shows get this idea that high school is a constant drama? Nothing even happened to me in high school. I'm now remembering that my school got a Slurpee machine, then had to get rid of it 2 weeks later after someone poured toxic chemicals into it that they stole from the science lab in an attempt to poison the entire cheerleading squad. So like, maybe I was just boring. You know you live in a bad neighborhood when Pizza Hut is more secure than the bank. Look how Dr. Doofenshmirtz had a messed up childhood, but he didn't project his trauma onto his daughter. He's projecting it onto Platypus. My grandma promised me Converse. Not what I expected, and not disappointed. My son is not a fan of showing his work. Find 6 + 1. It's 7 because I know. The US men's curling team looks like a group of dads that were just trying to get away from their families for the weekend, but somehow ended up competing in the Olympics. 13 years later, and I'm just realizing Jack's ability is Jack of all trades. Wait, if their names are puns of their power, then Violet is ultraviolet, which is invisible to the human eye. Shut up. 13 years. You guys are gonna flip when I tell you about Dash. I used to date a guy who hated my Twitter with a burning passion because it was unintelligent humor. One time he had a meltdown and nearly broke up with me because I tweeted egg and it got 200 likes. Americans genuinely believe they have better food than France. They really believe it. It's truly extraordinary. The French had 1,000 years and failed to produce a single Big Mac. We did it in less than 200. Just a shark in a parking lot in Florida. I was today years old when I found out Andrew Garfield's grandfather is the man who created the Garfield comic, and it was based on Andrew's childhood cat named Lasagna. None of this is true. Obsessed with Taiwan's down-to-earth Halloween party, where you only dress up as normal people in everyday situations. This is the woman looking for a seat at food court. I emailed my professor and meant to say, I'm worried, I don't understand some of the material on our next test, but I accidentally sent this. Professor Allen, I'm worried. How can a psychology major be depressed? Like bro, just look at your notes. Japanese artists create salaryman erasers that slowly turn into a bold old man as you use them. In 1959, a coffee maker was an optional extra in Volkswagen cars. Are you winning, son? No, dad. But this teammate I'm playing with online is very nice and is giving me tips on how to improve. Adults think children become more disrespectful as they age, when really, we just slowly feel that we are mature enough to express our own feelings and concerns. I don't know why, but he looks like one of those mummies that they find intact in ice after 5,000 years. My FedEx delivery guy is stepping up his game. For a split second, I thought something had gone terribly, biblically wrong with my cat. I want kids, but I don't want to be pregnant or give birth. But I don't want to adopt either because I want them to be mine. Do you see my problem? Basically, you want to be a father. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. My guide dog in training visited a local school recently, which turned out to be school picture day. Today, they sent me this. Note to self, make a baby and put them in an octopus onesie. That's the only reason why you should have a child. My sister on holiday with the kids. They had a few cute towel animals left on the bed during the week, but just just came back to this. My barber called me pronoun boy and made me pay extra for my cut, so I just checked the website. Non-binary haircut. My daughter and her cousin have always been close. On their first day of kindergarten together, the teacher asked her what side her cousin was on, mum's side or dad's side. My daughter looked at the teacher and confidently said, "She's on my side." I wear a ring now, and the amount of men checking me out or talking to me is reduced by 80%. My guy wears a ring, and the amount of women checking him out or talking to him doubled. What is wrong with you women? I knew a single guy in college that wore a fake wedding ring because it helped him get attention from women. He got with dozens of women that thought he was cheating on his wife with them. When he told them he was single afterwards, they were all outraged. My dad just walked in, asked me, "What do you get when you cross a joke with a rhetorical question?" and left. Next level dad joke. Things I like to do, things I'm good at, things I do, things that make money. I just moved into a new house, and the neighbors warned me that wolves often come into the neighborhood. A pilot was practicing for the air show in my town and made my day. He made a smiley face. Thousands of bags of Doritos washed up in the Outer Banks of North Carolina when a ship lost one of its cargo containers. They were apparently still good due to their airtight packaging. In South Korea, some stores package their bananas together in various ripeness stages, so you can eat them over several days without them going brown. They call them one-a-day bananas. That's the cleverest thing I've seen. Me watching my paper straw dissolve into my drink, or Kim Kardashian and Taylor Swift fly their private jets from New York to LA for an iced coffee. It's better to try than not to, right? Are you financially better off than your parents? Are things getting better or worse, objectively speaking, for newer generations? That's a good question. Let me go upstairs and ask them. Apparently this locket I found is meant for the whole squad. You ever use your vacuum sealer for something other than food? I'm sending gifts, so I want them to be compact. Netflix's first logo, founded 23 years ago today. It's giving antidepressant box logo. The Lord moves in mysterious ways, but you don't have to. Please use your blinker. At 33, I'm like an old phone battery. Even when you charge me overnight for 10 hours, by 10 a.m. I'm at 60%. My boss called me into his office today and said he had been sent screenshots of my Twitter posts. Turns out he's a furry. I'm unemployed now. Hope you're all happy. 1500-year-old ceramic Maya figurine with removable helmet. A core aspect of the human condition is loving your little action figures with cool, removable accessories. When I was 6 years old, I kicked a football right in my grandpa's face during a big family barbecue, and his false teeth flew out. He yelped, "Clown!" instinctively in front of everyone, and that sneaks up on me during meetings and funerals. My favorite kid I ever taught when I was a swim teacher was this little 4-year-old Italian boy. One time he sneezed and nobody said anything, so he just went, "What, no bless yous for Giacomo?" My roommate and I quote this all the time, but the name keeps warping more and more every time. No more dinner for Gabilolo? No shower for John the Baptist? No gas station Slurpee for Ibelgroth? Imagine a doctor driving by an apple orchard and hissing aggressively at it like a vampire. An apple farmer and a garlic farmer team up to fight their mutual nemesis, a vampire doctor, Dr. Acula. Download an app, register as a user, load your credit card info, and scroll through 7 pages of questions to avoid saying, "One large pepperoni pizza please," into a phone. Please stop changing the Google logo so much. I like the original one. Mum, I don't change the logo. Google changes it. On my computer, you don't run the Google? British novel. Let's go to a party and find a wife. German novel. Let's go to the wilderness and find ourselves. Russian novel. Let's go to the depths of despair and then find out if there is an even deeper level of despair we didn't know about and go there. Everyone hates Karens until there's one on the same delayed flight, and all of a sudden we're all getting a $200 voucher. If you're single, just go travel. Don't waste your time on a career like I did in my 20s. People say, go travel. Like when you get to the airport, you pay with your birth certificate. 25-year-old bear emerges from hibernation. This was considered comically obese in 1990. I made an old lady blush today at work because she ordered 2 senior coffees, and I said, "Senior? I'm sorry, miss. I'm going to have to ask to see some ID." She covered her mouth and went, "Oh dear me," and couldn't stop smiling. You, my friend, are a sweet person. Russian geography teacher couldn't find projector and drew a world map himself. My dog can't see me while lying down, so he sticks one paw straight up so I can still interact with him. This boy at Target asked if I would hold his hand because his ex-girlfriend just walked in with a new guy. So naturally I felt bad and held his hand while strolling around Target for a bit. Then it dawned me, with no other couple in sight, that was the best damn pickup line ever pulled. Mike Tyson squares off against his toughest opponent yet. I don't like this phrase in life where I Google a celebrity and they are a lot younger than me. So my name is Joey White and I'm a very pasty pale British white guy at uni overseas. So I was introducing myself and this guy from Nigeria goes, "Hi, I'm Joseph too." So I said, "I'm a Joseph too, Joseph White." Then he looked at me in the eye and said in a dead serious tone, "I'm Joseph Brown. The youngest person in this house is 21. This just ruined my day, so y'all have to see it too. Me, leaving the 18 to 24 age bracket. You look like John Wick, but he decided to get a cat instead of a dog. When I'm eating McDonald's and the food is made right and actually tastes edible, so I know they've got the high schoolers grinding to get a car and an iPhone 15 on the grill. Things strict parents think they're teaching you. How to behave. What they actually teach you. How to listen to footsteps. How to appear busy, manipulate someone into calming down, lie on the spot. It would be so cool if after you died, you could see the top 5 times you almost died. Please don't talk to me. I have no self-control and will talk to you for 2 hours and get no work done. Young actors who quietly passed away this year. I wish. How is Ruth? We split up, mate. Oh, no. So you're ruthless? How long have you been waiting to crack that one? I'd rather not say. When did you realize he loved you? Let's get some positive stories going. We got into an argument and I yelled at him loud and then he said, I'm in love with you and one day I want to marry you and have kids. So you're going to have to find a way to communicate your emotions without yelling. Because I'm not going to have us arguing in front of our kids. No one. Back of an organic snack label. We love what we do. We're a family. I knew when my kids started coughing blood in 2008, we needed to create the best organic GMO-free pretzel wedges you've ever tasted. So that's what we did. For you. Eat with a smile, please. Yo, they're looking for you outside. I bit a kid. For date night, my boyfriend and I each bought something to the table. I went to Target and bought our favorite snack, and my boyfriend built us a fort en route to seriously mess up someone's wall. When my grandma died, we, as a family, made the mistake of thinking a 70-plus-year-old man didn't need anyone at that point in his life. Anyway, long story short, my uncle will be turning 19 soon. What? My next $1 million idea. Reluctant exercise videos with people who aren't perky. Just 5 more, I know. I kind of want to die right now too, but let's just power through it. Okay, new yoga pose. It's going to ache like a bastard until your hamstrings release. I'm not gonna lie. Stretch a little deeper. It's okay to yell at this point. I won't tell anyone. In the 80s, a medical alert company aired a series of commercials depicting the elderly using their device to call for help. One of the women said, I've fallen and I can't get up. And an entire generation decided, yes, this is the comedy catchphrase for us. If a beautiful woman disagrees with me, I will immediately change my views. Well, maybe you should have principles. You're right, maybe I should. My phone battery drained 15% and is now burning hot because I scrolled through Tumblr to try and find this. I once pretended to have a psychotic episode and smashed my MacBook with a bat to keep my brother and his fiance from stumbling across pictures I photoshopped of her giving birth to me. One time when I was 11, my dad took me to an Italian restaurant and the waiter asked what my name was, and I said, Sam, but you can call me Captain Ravioli. And my dad just looked at me and said, what was that? Don't do that. And I've been chasing that high ever since. Glowing hot metal is such a touchable shade of orange. I'm a welder, and let me tell you, this does not go away if you're around a lot of hot metal. It's actually worse.